Hello everybody! We have another important training here to go over as far as hand pieces and all these attachments that happen on this side. It can be a little confusing. There's hoses and wires and things going all kinds of directions. And so I want to talk about today setting this up for an appointment so you feel confident things are going the right way and are ready for the doctor, okay? With our doctor delivery system, it has this tray on top and it has all these little attachments across the front. And there's various things that happen from here. Of course, you're often with the air water syringe that is here, and there's a suction as well. But there's three other attachments that we have in each of the offices on the doctor's side. And I want to talk about how to get those functioning just the right way, all right? So to get started then, first off, when you're going to set this up in the morning, and a lot of times the hose has been hanging over somewhere else, they need to get put back in. And believe it or not, they actually are supposed to go in a specific spot or place, all right? If I turn this and you kind of look, you'll have some of the attachments where there's just a simple slot and there's nothing in there. That's where all the things like the air water syringes and the suctions goes. They slide right down inside there. But if you notice on this one, as I pull it up, there's like a little button down inside there. That little button is the trigger that allows the air to flow through and your handpiece to work. And so when this slides down in, it pushes the button in and turns it off. When you take it out, it makes that kind of popping noise and it's activated. That means this can now run, all right? Now, as you can imagine, there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here, all right? But they made the wires and the way they run may be corresponding to each one of these, so you have to check and see. So the best way to do that is when you take this out, you hear that little button kind of come on, you can press the rheostat, which is the big button on the floor, and you hear something, but it's not coming from this. It's actually coming from this one. So if you take that out and you put it in here, then guess what? This one will stop working, and now it starts another one. Oh, now it's this one. So you bring this over and you put it in here, and now this one should now make this one work. And you can see this one turns on. So that's how you can get these in the right location, just by tempering on and making sure you hear which one and put it in the right place, okay? That's how you get these all lined up. Now, what goes where, all right? So in the offices, of course, you've got this attachment. The long, skinny one with the light on the top is where the high-speed handpiece goes on. It may be in this position. It could be in this position over here. You just want to make sure it goes on that one right there. Then we have these two other ones that look exactly the same, and you know what? They are exactly the same. They're both slow speeds. One goes to the Profi and one goes to the slow speed handpiece. And ideally what you want to do is you want to put the handpieces together and put the Profi by itself. So they're all separated that way. That way when you lift this one up, your Profi runs, and when this one comes up, your slow speed runs, and when this one comes up, your high speed runs, all right? Now, the last thing is the high speed is designed to have water come out of it when you run the handpiece, of course. And there's a couple buttons that need to be in place for that to work. For any of these to work, of course, you need to have the master switch on, and they're located in various places, but usually we don't ever turn those off. In this design, this very back switch is where that master is on and off, and when that turns off, it turns off all the air, all right? When it turns back on, it airs things back up, and it's all ready to work. Then you'll have an area on this whole system where there's these dials, all right? And in this position right here, this is the number one position, and this is what turns the water on and off, or I'm sorry, the number two position turns it on and off and allows you to turn the water up and down. But for that to even work, of course, your water needs to be turned on in two more places. Underneath in the cabinet where the water gets turned on, and then also on the floor. This switch is turned to the on position like that. Once you've got all those things turned the right way and your water is turned up, then when you trick this and you turn on, you should be able to press this, and the water in a few minutes will start to run out of this right here, just like that, okay? So what you can do is you set up the room, make sure you get all those in the right location. Then, once you've got them in the right location, get them attached, and then go back and double check and make sure you're getting water coming out of your high speed, just like that. If you've got that all set up in the right place, you're all set up, and you're ready to go.